Hey everyone, this is my foundation routine. As you can see, I'm not wearing any makeup except eyeliner and mascara, just so I wouldn't be too plain. So I'm going to start with a face concealer. This is Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage. I'm going to be using a Low Cornell 3600 oval brush for this. That's what it looks like. It's kind of long for a concealer brush, but it works really well, I promise. Take the lighter color, and first I just kind of go on the side of my nose and blend it out. Sometimes it can be kind of red on the side of my nose, and then just bring it up onto the bridge a little bit. I have a little scar there that I like to hide. So then just do the same on the other side of the nose and blend it out. The little crease on the side of your nose can be very difficult to work with, so just kind of get it in there as much as you can. Next, I take it under my mouth because I have shadowing under there that most people do not have. I don't know why, but the concealer kind of helps reflect the light off of it to hide it. And I also get this red blotchiness kind of on my cheeks that I like to conceal before my foundation that most people do not have either. But during this time, you would probably be concealing any blemishes you have. I do not have any because I don't get acne. But yeah, so I just kind of do my cheeks and touch up any areas that need it and make sure it's all blended and nice and smooth. And then you're done with that one. Next, you're going to take a liquid concealer. This is Conceal RX Physician's Strength Concealer from Physicians Formula, and the same concealer brush. I'm just going to put a little bit at the base of my thumb to use. I kind of get it off my brush that way and dab it on there. You really don't need much because a little goes a long way. So dab it on and get off any excess and dab it right under your eyes. I kind of start at the inner corner because that's where the darkness under my eyes is concentrated, and then blend it out towards my outer corner instead of putting it all over. And then just get a little bit more on your brush and do the same on the other side. Okay, so after that you're just going to touch up any little spots and you're done. With concealer, that is. And next, I'm going to move on to my main foundation. This is a liquid foundation by Revlon, Colorstay, for normal/dry skin in 180 warm beige, or sorry, sand beige. Okay, I'm going to use a CoverGirl little sponge. Sponges are good for blending, especially if you get it damp beforehand, not dripping wet. Just kind of squeeze it out so the water gets out, and then just dab a little bit on the sponge it all around your cheeks. I started my cheeks first to get rid of the blotchiness, and then kind of work my way up on my forehead, around my nose, and just blend it all together. Okay, just get a little bit more on for your other cheek and do the same thing. I dab it first, do a little blending, dab it again, do a little blending. It's kind of a pattern I got going. So make sure there's no lines where you can see where the foundation ends or anything, because that is not attractive, I'm not going to lie. So that's the main foundation, and I take the other hand at the base of my thumb and kind of rub it off in between my brows and my upper lip, because I find if foundation is heavy, this is where it shows the most, and it gives you a more natural look this way. Alright, so now I'm going to do an optional step. This is a Tinted Moisturizer Physicians Formula Healthy Wear, and less than a pump is going to do it. This goes a long way as well. Dab it all onto your fingers, and then onto your cheekbones, your forehead, and a tiny bit on your nose. I wouldn't really recommend this if your skin is oily, because it does give it a little glow. So yeah, blend it all in, and then take it off in between your brows like we did before. I don't usually do a tinted moisturizer over my foundation, but sometimes I like that look for the glow. So whenever I do a tinted moisturizer, though, I always set it with powder. This is Laura Mercier face powder in Real Sand. I'm almost out of this stuff. I really love it. Like, look at that. There's none left. But there's a little bit left just for this. Tap it in. Try to get as much as you can onto the lid. And I got a little bit. I'm going to use a Sephora powder brush. This is a number 50, I believe. It looks like that. It's really soft and it's a really nice brush. I think it was like $30. I think that's the only nice brush I have that isn't low Cornell. So you're going to swirl and tap and get it all over that face. Don't be shy. Just buff it onto your skin and don't kind of miss any areas, especially get your T-zone, and you definitely want to do this if you have oily skin. So that's it for that. You're going to push the brush away, but we're going to use it later on. Just set it aside for a moment. Okay, the next step is going to be a bronzer. This is a really subtle bronzer that I'm going to use all over my face. Well, most of my face. And it looks like this. It's Physicians Formula Pearls of Perfection. They've got these little foundation pearls and a cheap little Forever 21 brush. Brush it on. Make sure you don't get those things stuck in your brush. And then use a 3E motion that goes on your forehead, under your cheekbone, and your chin. Give it a good coverage without totally devouring your face. And then get the excess down your nose. Alright. So you don't really have to be careful with this one so much because it is subtle. But we're going to use the same brush for my contouring bronzer. This is Maybelline Mineral Power Bronzer. This stuff is kind of the opposite. It's very strong, very shimmery, so I don't use it all over. Swirl it and tap it a lot just so you don't get too much excess. Make little fishy lips and then kind of push your brush together so it gives it more of that defined line. And go along that line where your natural fishy lips are. It looks pretty harsh, but it will get blended. So you're just going to blend a little bit right now. Focus more towards your ears. Like that. You will be blending more later as well. So don't worry about getting it perfect. There. Okay, so I decided to go with a blush today. Usually if I wear bronzer, I don't go with blush. But this is another Laura Mercier products. I do love them. This is Orange Blossom. It's so pretty blush. It's like pinky with gold undertones and shimmers. And I don't know if you can really see it in there, but it's really pretty. This is a Low Cornell 277 Maxine Mop brush that I'm going to use for my blush. Swirl and tap. And then smile to find the apples of your cheeks and focus on them and just kind of work it back towards your temples after you get your apples. Okay, so after you're done with your blush, you're just going to put that brush away. And I'm going to use a virtual face powder or a highlighter. Will do the same job with a kabuki brush. Get her all over the brush and then focus on your cheekbones and just go up in a C motion towards your temples. Alright, so that's it for applying products. The very last step is for finishing. There's all the color we've got. And you're going to take the powder brush you used before, this is my Sephora brush, and just kind of blend it together. Not so much so it's a big mass of color, but just enough so there's no harsh lines or fake looking little, you know what I mean. So that's it, you guys. That's my foundation routine, and I hope you like it. Comment, rate, subscribe. Bye!